Well, hello, Light Codes. Oh, hello, dear soul. It's been a while. We've missed your mundane questions. Your really exciting questions. Do you have any more pointless questions for us this time that you would like to ask us? Well, this time, no, I don't have any more questions about Bernie Madoff or, you know, or any of those people that really, really matter in your world or that don't matter in our world anymore. I was curious as far as nutrition goes. I would I assume that you guys survive on light. I know you're ascended past way past the level where beings even initially start to survive on light and things of that nature, like crystals do and well like light rays do. Would it could it potentially starve you guys if you were somewhere without any light at all for a long period of time? Well, their soul, potentially, yes, but in order for that to happen, the universe itself would have to go completely dark. Because of our light bodies, we can get in and out of. There is no barrier that could keep us contained anywhere, as we can move through walls and things of that nature at our level. So the universe would have to go dark, and then eventually we would probably fade out and burn away, so to speak, as you might think of it. But our light would get dimmer and dimmer, and things would get denser and denser, and yes, we probably would fade away. I see, because it's my understanding too. You brought up the light dimming out. When you don't spread that light, when you quit spreading that light, the love starts to go away, and realities become more dense, and that's how darkness started, so to speak. That's my understanding, Light Codes. Is that true? Well, yes, dear soul. Creation never set out to have anything what you would call evil in your realm. What happened was creator gods and goddesses were were doing their own thing, and they weren't spreading the light. It was a complete oversight. They just were so caught up in doing their own thing that they didn't think to keep spreading the light after a while, to keep putting it forward because everything was going so well. And so eventually everything got dark and everything got dense, and people, in essence, souls, in essence, like yourself, humans like yourself, and other types of beings, entered into a reality to where they were bogged down all the time, problems with that body, aches, all kinds of things like that, which led to different addictions in your realm and things of that nature, and deceit because of the guilt and the shame. Yes, dear soul, it's just what a depressing subject you're bringing up. Are you trying to bring up the one thing that could depress the light codes, us light codes? Yes, dear soul. No, we don't really think about it all going dark that often. Yeah, we try to stay upbeat and positive. Well, here's another one, light codes. What do you think of people on Earth that are worth a ton of currency? Why there are people starving, and I'm talking about people that are wealthy enough to buy countries or go to outer space. Dear soul, what we think about that is that's kind of how a society learns. Is you have what you would call, how do we say this word, schmucks like you're probably talking about, and sometimes they have a lot of charisma, and people follow behind them and think that they're really neat and want to live vicariously through them. That's the way we see it anyway, and we have no judgment here at the Light Codes. So it's all a growth path. Everybody's on their own, what you would call, evolutionary journey. But yes, no, we don't. It's certainly not a behavior that would be tolerated in our existence, nor would it be able to exist in our existence because of the vibrations too low of it. And we're not a society, and the light codes say this lovingly, we're not a planet full of mostly gullible people. Oh, yeah. Oh, you noticed too, light codes, huh? Wow, you noticed that too from your higher dimensional perspective. Yeah. Yes, it's as somebody down here on the ground level, I can vouch for it. They really are. Yes. Well, their soul. Every soul has been at everybody else's growth level. I mean, you, me, an orb, we're all part of the same quantum oneness with creation. We're part of the allness that is the isness. Oh, I see what you're saying, this light codes. That's amazing. Light codes, what do you think of let's see, do you guys have elections in light code land? Yeah, I know you mentioned some of your light codes are from Arcturus and Andromeda and places like that. Cygnus. So, do you guys have elections? Have you ever yourself considered running for a head light code position? No, dear soul, we're way, way, way past that. We don't have, one, we don't have a need for it at all. And two, we're so far past that kind of a mentality that it's beyond foreign. I know, dear soul, that on your planet, they like to throw around that term foreign. But if you really wanted to talk about something foreign, it is foreign to us here at the Light Codes. The thought of somebody being elected to be the leader. Somebody being elected. Because we've long since passed the point of everybody's their own leader, but everybody's a collective of leaders together. So we won't say that we think it's silly, because we understand everybody's at their growth level that they're at. But dear soul, yeah, it seems, how would you put it in your terms? It seems ridiculous. Well, yeah, light codes, it really is. It is. So, you guys are just light codes. And you don't elect a head light code. Do you get to draw sticks for who gets what color? No, now, dear soul, you know better than that. The color that we portray or give off, it's our frequency. It's what our talents are, our vibration levels at. That's the type of color that we project. And sometimes we can project different colors. It just depends. So, no, dear soul, we don't elect people to get what you would call red or blue or yellow. There's no election that takes place. Well, light codes, you know what? That might be a good idea. Why don't you start one wherever, in your light code community that you live in with all the lights? Why don't you elect a headlight? Wouldn't that be good? You could elect a headlight. Ha ha, very funny, dear soul. Well, why don't you go ahead and elect a headlight? Oh, yeah, funny. Oh, dear soul, you're so funny. We're going to bring back the